All right, we're here to take a look at the price and pattern of Flux. Just like across the crypto world in general, I'm going to switch to a weekly chart. We can see since October, Flux has made a dramatic rise. It sat around 0.33, 0.32, around that area in October or about 2 months ago, and went skyrocket up to a high of almost 0.70. It doubled in value. So that's fantastic. No complaints here. Like I said, we've seen that across all cryptos basically. But recently, you can see on the weekly chart, and we'll see it more clearly on the daily, we have seen this fall in price. Like I said, we were at almost 0.70, and now we're down here to 0.57. That's a pretty good drop. I don't have my math cap on right now, but that's a pretty good drop in prices. And again, we've seen that across the board in crypto. So what's going to happen next with Flux? And are we in danger of losing all of this hard work we've seen in crypto lately and seeing the price come on back down to where it was in October? Well, before we answer that question, I'm going to go ahead and draw a Fibonacci levels from the low there to the swing high we've had at the top, so we can use that to discuss more in detail. Let's switch to the daily. This is what I've been seeing across cryptos, is this downward trend the past week and a half, something like that, and I see it on Flux as well. See that trend line? Lower highs, lower lows. Really don't want to see that if you're looking for a higher move and something like that. So you can see not only is price falling, it's also constricting into a tighter pattern, and it's really starting to put pressure on this .618 Fibonacci line, which is not by accident that just yesterday or the day before price fell to that and then bounced off. This line around this area, which is about 0.550, a nice round number, has some importance in the Flux market. The question we can ask is, and it just looks like to me, price is going to reach 0.55 here pretty soon. Is it going to break it? Of course, I don't know if it's going to break it, but you can tell that if it does break, it's got quite a bit of room to fall before hitting another level of resistance. This 0.382 is a line you could look at, which is about 0.46. And of course, always a round number, which would be 0.50. I'm going to pop a line right there. It's close enough. Can't get the mouse to move right there. I'm at 0.4999. You get the point. So if price does fall below this .618 line, expect it to start challenging 0.50 and maybe beyond. But I don't know if it's actually going to do that. I don't know if the cryptos across the board are going to fall that far, and I don't know that Flux is going to fall that far. What we have seen is, if you look at Bitcoin, you'll see a similar pattern. If you look at Ethereum, you'll see a similar pattern. If you look at ADA, which is one of my favorite coins, you'll see a similar pattern. All these cryptos are giving up some of their gains, which is to be expected after doubling in price, some even going higher in price over the past 2 months. The market cannot go straight up. It has to breathe. It has to go and have its patterns and rhythms of the market, just like everything else does. So this is not particularly concerning, seeing this fall. In fact, it's probably healthy. It's probably healthy. What you really just don't want it to see is the market dramatically falling in a couple of days and doing something like that. That would be so disappointing for the crypto market we have waited this long for it to make its move. It's made a fantastic move, and to give all of those gains up. Because then, even in the long term, which I am bullish on crypto in the long term, even in the long term, it's going to take longer for that price to work its way back up and to break those highs again. So we really don't want to see that. And to be honest with you, if I had to say, I don't think we will. What I'm seeing across the crypto markets and what I'm seeing in Flux as well is price seems to be okay where it's at. It is giving up some of its gains, which is completely natural. But it wouldn't surprise me if closer to the beginning of January, we just kind of sit right here until the beginning of January, maybe creep on down, go up, creep on down for crypto across the markets and Flux in particular, to see another challenge of these highs and to actually break it. It wouldn't surprise me to see that at all. you can already see, I mean, just looking at Flux, you see this wedge right here, this channel right here of price falling. Well, this isn't the first time it's done that. I mean, here, look at this one right there. See that? Something similar, and then it broke out. Here, look here. Something similar. There, it broke out. Now, of course, this was the end of the time of when the market was going crazy up. I think it's got probably one more level in it here, probably in January, if I had to guess. All assumptions, all guesses. I can't say definitely crypto could lose everything way back down here by January, but I really think it's going to hold and then move its way back up and start challenging the highs. And then we would just have to see if it would break the highs. Flux, what we want to see is it to go ahead and hit this price right here, this target, this level, and then bounce back up, break this trend line just like it did here, and go on to higher highs. That's what we want to see. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I would hope for. That's what I would trade for. But until then, until we see a little bit of a turnaround, we got to follow this channel that price is currently in and hope these lines can provide some kind of support for Flux to get a foundation to move back up. Long term, I think we're fine. Look at that. I mean, it's just been a magnificent move. Goodness gracious, I certainly do not want to see it back down at these levels at 0.39 again. That would be so disheartening if it ever fell back down there here in the next month or two. That would just be a blip, and that would be very discouraging for crypto. I hope we don't see it. We'll just have to wait and see. Come back, stay updated. I'll keep you updated on the price of Flux as we go through December and into January. All right, take care.